I mentioned there's 10 men that have surrounded me in my lifetime. My son has 10 men that surround him and coach him up, lead, guide, and direct, and get in his kitchen when stupid finds him.
Yes.
Which it all happens.
You need those people. You can't do it alone.
Yeah.
You can't. Whatever you're trying to do, I find myself being like, yeah, I can't do it alone. Thank God I have Quinn, Rob, Alex, like, to call me out or just to invite me to do these things or wake me up for a Friday morning men's study. And
do you hear that messaging though? That, oh, suck it up, do it on your own. If it's gonna be, it's up to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there that noise that's out there saying, oh, just come on, carve it off and go off, get it done?
That was like my mentality for sure of like what a man is, what a man's supposed to do, and like I'm gonna do this on my own, and I'm gonna fail on my own if I have to, but that's how it's gonna be. And just praise God for like opening my eyes and bringing people in, and like I've been saved so many mistakes from these men being like, hey, this is what I learned, and I'm like, damn, I was about to do that tomorrow, and I was like, now I realize probably shouldn't, like. And yeah, there's definitely something about, I think it's, I don't know if it's inherent or if it's culture, but like men trying to struggle on their own is definitely like something that I've experienced for sure.
It could be our pride.
For sure.
I think we're
Do you think it's just
pride.
sheer ego that gets in the way?
For sure. Some of it, for sure. I feel like it's a daily battle sometimes of, I don't know, of laying your ego down, of laying your pride down, because your pride wants to do a lot of things alone without the help of anybody, and everything's about you, and I don't know, at least that's what I think for me.
Yeah.
I think there's something masculine about suffering too, even if you're suffering alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look at, like I'm struggling right now, but like I'm a man, so I'm gonna struggle.
Yeah.
And like it's almost less masculine to be happy. And like there's so many men that are just like, I'm gonna be grumpy because that's what, or I'm gonna be, upset and heartbroken ultimately underneath it all.
Yeah.
And it's just a hard thing to let go of, because their idea of their ego associates masculinity with that.
Having it rough.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'd learned growing up, and that's what I experienced at one point. I remember my dad had left. My parents got divorced, and it was just me and my mom, and it was Christmas. So I was trying to put up the Christmas lights because I'm like, I'm gonna be a man. I don't know if you've ever tried to put Christmas on your house alone. It was my first time. It was awful. It was one of the worst things I ever tried to do. I was like, I just need someone to hold the ladder, someone to just, I need a hand, just a hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm gonna do this alone. And like, it was so, and I remember the whole motivation behind it was like, this is what a man does.
Yeah.
This is what a man does. He struggles on the
you're
roof
proven
alone.
up.
Yeah, like it's time to be a man. I just remember like, now if I had to, I'd be like, hey, Alex, Abe, Rob, like, you guys want to like knock this thing out in 30 minutes instead of like a full day of me like screaming on my roof,
But you've learned to ask.
And I have learned to ask, and I've had male mentors come in and be like, hey, ask, can I help you with this? And be resistant, but like eventually I'm like, oh wow, like this is such a blessing, and like this is what God calls us to do as a body. Like imagine how much stronger we are together.